sorry, Mr. Stoffer, but after all, it's only justice. You did kill Jardine.
All right, everybody, stand back, please. Stand back.
He jumped out of the Grant building. What a way to commit suicide.
Keep moving. Stand back there.
What do you think this is? Keep the traffic moving.
Brad, it couldn't be. It isn't.
It's him, Kathleen. It's Stoffer, all right. No, don't look.
Where's that cab driver?
Right here. Here I am, officer.
You sure he came here in your cab?
Yeah, sure. That's the guy, all right. And that's my cab right over there. He seemed okay. He asked me to wait for him. I still got his bags there on my hack. Boy, he shook him down like a
Kathleen,
hot...
come on.
What are you going to do?
Never mind what I'm going to do. Go on home.
Hey, my cab. He's stealing my cab.
Come back, you!
My cab with the guy's bags in it. He's driving over my cab.
I steal a cab, drive 5 miles with the cops chasing me for what? 2 bags, full of clothes. Not a letter, not a card, nothing.
What'd you do with the cab, Brad?
They'll find it in the park. Now the trail stops cold on a 5th Avenue sidewalk. He'll never even be identified.
But you've got to keep pitching. You'll get a break.
What more break can I ask for? The cleaner found the suit, gave us Stoffer's name and address. The kid tells us Stoffer's gone to the Grant building. Look, I may be stupid, but I know when I'm licked.
Well, I'm not licked.
Nobody asked you to be.
You're not either if you use your head. Think hard. What else did that child tell us?
Nothing that made sense.
Well, what was it?
Oh, something about tickets at the galleries. Okay, figure that one.
Tickets at the galleries.
Tickets for what? For a train? Maybe. He really was leaving town.
What would that have to do with galleries?
You tell me, baby. I give up.
Tickets for a show? Tickets. Galleries. Brad, art galleries. I've got it. I've seen their ads in the newspapers. 5th Avenue, the Wicked Galleries.
Wicked galleries? What would a mug like Stoffer be doing in an art gallery?
Maybe that's the point. He wouldn't, unless there was some connection.
Hey, wait a minute. Up in Jardine's apartment, I remember now there was a painting. Just unwrapped. I wondered why...
What's the matter?
Look, out the window. Lieutenant Reeves.
Brad.
I'll go down the back way. Hide Stoffer's bags.
Where do you think you can hide?
Who's hiding? I'll be absorbing culture at the Pickett galleries. I don't want to die ignorant.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, good afternoon. Yeah, got a lot of nice paintings here.
Is there anything in particular you'd like to see?
No, not especially. Just looking around.
Well, it's almost closing time. I just thought if I could be of any assistance...
Well, maybe you can. I'd like to ask you some questions.
Of course.
I was wondering if Mr. Johnson had been in lately.
Johnson?
Yeah, he works for an insurance company. You know, they specialize in insuring works of art, things like that.
I don't believe I know him.
A big, beefy fella. Broken nose. Wears a white suit even though it's early in the season. You sure you haven't seen him?
I'm afraid I haven't. Now, about these paintings, if you step down this corridor, there are several watercolors that may interest you.
Come in. Yes, what is it, Drummond?
Should I close the vault, Mr. Wickett?
Everyone gone?
Just one customer, sir. Miss Stewart's with him now.
All right, you can leave, Drummond. I'll go down and lock the vault myself. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Wickett.
Now, there's something I like. This sea picture.
That's an Alex Barrow, one of his finest.
How much is it?
$1,500.
Okay, I'll take it. By the way, who owns this place?
Mr. Ralph Wickett.
Ian?
Yes, I believe he's still here.
And I realize this small sale doesn't entitle me to any special consideration, but I'd like to see him.
Why, certainly. If you'll wait here just a moment, please. Mr. Wickett?
Yes?
There's a gentleman who wishes to purchase the Barrow Seascape.
Well?
I believe he wants to take it with him.
Who is he?
I don't know. He said he'd like to talk to you.
I'm just closing the vault. I'll be up in a moment. You can go, Miss Stewart. Oh, lock the front door on your way out. I'll take care of the gentleman.
Mr. Wickett's downstairs at the vault, sir. He'll be with you right away.
Oh, thanks.
Well, if you'll excuse me then, I'll run along.
Sure, go right ahead. Good night.
Ralph? Ralph, is that you?
Mr. Wickett's downstairs.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were my husband. I just came in the side door and I...
Mrs. Wickett? Well, I believe we have a mutual acquaintance.
Yes?
Anthony Jardine.
Oh, he's a friend of my husband's.
Have you seen him lately?
No, not for several days. But who are you? Why do you ask me that?
It's obvious you haven't seen the afternoon papers. Jardine's dead. He's been murdered.
Murdered? Oh, no.
That's what I came to see your husband about. You see, he killed him.
Oh.
Hey, Mrs. Pickett. Oh, I'd like a light. Okay, sister, suppose you just stretch out here on this bench.
How dare you touch her? Keep your hands off her.
Oh, wicked, huh? It's good to see you out in the open at last. Cut you down to size. Way down. I don't think you've ever met me, but you've certainly been using me. My name's Galt.
Strange, Mr. Galt, but seeing you here causes me to revise my opinion of you. It's gone up. I suppose your hands go up, too. You heard me, Mr. Galt. That's better. Now, shall we go downstairs?
What for?
For our little chat. I prefer privacy. Mary will be all right, I'm sure. You came to see me, Mr. Galt, about a seascape Miss Stewart said, in Alex Barrows.
Well, actually, I'm more interested in a piece of modern art. Tony Jardine?
I never handled anything as worthless as a Jardine.
I know. You mishandled it.
Did I? It was found in your apartment.
Perhaps it was delivered to the wrong collector. You sure you can't claim it?
Positive.
Actually, this Jardine really belongs to you. You commissioned an artist to have it done.
Did I, Mr. Galt?
Somebody had to pay that muscle artist to kill him, or didn't you ever pay off? Maybe you just launched Stoffer off the fire escape so he'd get what was coming to him.
An imagination like yours should be confined. Get in there, Mr. Galt. Get in the vault.
You sure you know what you're doing?
You're a criminal. I've apprehended you.
What about your wife? She knows now that you had a boyfriend bumped off. Do you think she's going to keep quiet?
What my wife thinks or does is no concern of yours. Leave her out of it. Jardine's body was found in your apartment, and that ends it.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It nowhere near ends it. You pinned the evidence on me, but when the police finish digging, they'll find you had a much better motive.
Now, that's the only sensible thing you've said. Brought to trial, our respective motives would make an interesting case, but unfortunately, you won't be around to hear the decision.
Ralph.
Mari, put down that gun. Are you insane?
You'd better kill me first, Ralph. Because if you don't, I'm going to kill you.
Mari, darling, you don't know what you're doing.
Evil. You're all evil, Ralph. You should die.
Mari!
The district attorney's on the phone, Lieutenant Reeves.
Oh, thanks. Hello, Miss Reeves, sir. Well, we're about finished at the art gallery. Cleary and Anderson just left with Mrs. Wickett. I'll take her right to your office. What? I think we can. Yes, sir.
Well?
You know the facts, Galt?
Okay. But you're not holding Kathleen. She didn't have any part in any of this.
I wouldn't say that. She's the one who tipped me off to get down here.
Brad, I had to. Wickett would have killed you, you big lug.
I can take care of myself.
No, you were doing fine, just fine. You knew Wickett's wife would show up, of course.
Okay, Reeves. You booking me or not?
Sure, I'm booking you.
But you told me that
You can't go around New York stealing taxicabs. Well, maybe I can square that rap.
Oh, thanks, Reeves.
You better drop around my office in the morning, though. Both of you. Say 9 o'clock.
Could you make it a little later, Lieutenant? Brad and I have a date in the morning at the City Hall.
We have?
See, he hasn't asked me yet, Lieutenant. But I told him from the beginning I was playing for keeps.
Well, Reeves, there you have it.
And I promised my friends in San Francisco I'd keep you out of trouble. Go on home.
As the curtain falls on Act 3, we bring our stars out from the dark corner where they acquitted themselves so brilliantly and invite them to the footlights for a curtain call. Lucille Ball and Mark Stevens. Lucille, while I have the chance, I want to congratulate you on the wonderful reviews that you received for your recent stage success back east.
Well, thank you, Bill. I've always been crazy about the theater, and I love my part in Dream Girl.
I hear you're doing that play in San Francisco pretty soon, Lucy.
That's right, Mark. I'm leaving right after tonight's performance to start rehearsals for the opening next Monday.
That shaving engagement's rather close.
I'll say. And tell me something, Lucille. As the wife of a popular orchestra conductor,
Yes?
how do you and Desi Arnaz get any time to spend together?
You arranged to play the same towns at the same time. Desi will be playing in San Francisco all the time I'm there.
Well, that's a very smart arrangement. And I'm sure that when you put in an appearance, Lucille, theater-goers will be properly envious of that lovely Lux complexion.
Thank you, Bill. I hope so, because Lux Soap and I spend plenty of time together. I wouldn't be a day without it.
Seems to me I've heard a lot of screen stars say that same thing.
Mark, I understand you're going to be an FBI man in your next production at Fox.
Yes, and as you probably know, Bill here is doing the directing.
I've heard a lot of interesting things about the picture.
Well, we have great hopes for it, since it's being made at the suggestion of the FBI and with their full cooperation.
Hey, speaking of screenplays, Bill, what are you doing next week in this theater?
Next Monday night from Warner Brothers, we present that violent and romantic drama so many of our listeners have thrilled to on the screen. Nobody Lives Forever. And our stars are Jane Wyman and Ronald Reagan. It's the tense, suspenseful story of a man who falls in love with a girl he planned to victimize, and thereby involves them both in a perilous and mounting crisis.
Nobody Lives Forever was a thrilling picture, Bill.
And it ought to make a great play, Bill. Good night.
Good night and
Good night.
sincere thanks. Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, join me in inviting you to be with us again next Monday evening when the Lux Radio Theater presents Ronald Reagan and Jane Wyman in Nobody Lives Forever. This is William Keeley saying good night to you from Hollywood.
Here's news for thrifty housewives. Dealers now pay much more for used kitchen fats. So save and turn in every pound you can. You'll help yourself, you'll help your country, too. Here's what government officials say. It is still necessary to conserve every pound of fat, since the overall fat supply situation is little better now than it was last year. Yes, the worldwide supply of fats and oils is still critically short. Your salvaged kitchen fats are needed to make thousands of essential articles we use in our daily lives. So keep on saving. Remember, your butcher now pays you more for every pound you turn in. Mark Stevens appeared by arrangement with 20th Century Fox, producers of Forever Amber. Heard in our cast tonight were Joseph Kearns as Wicket, Wally Mayer as Foss, Dan O'Herlihy as Jardine, Fay Baker as Mari, and Bill Johnstone, Truda Marson, Janet Scott, Lois Corbett, Norma Jean Nilsson, Noreen Gamil, Eddie Marr, Stanley Farrar, Herbert Butterfield, and Cliff Clark. Our music was directed by Louis Silvers. This program is rebroadcast to our men and women overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Our Lux Radio Theater production of The Dark Corner has come to you with the good wishes of the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, Hollywood's own beauty soap. The complexion care used regularly by 9 out of 10 lovely screen stars. They depend on this fine white soap for the gentle, beautifying care million-dollar complexions must have. This is your announcer, John Milton Kennedy, reminding you to join us again next Monday night to hear Nobody Lives Forever with Jane Wyman and Ronald Reagan.
Pepsodent won by 3-1. Yes, by an overwhelming average of 3-1, families throughout America who compared toothpastes they were using at home preferred new Pepsodent with Irium over any other brand they tried. They said new Pepsodent toothpaste tastes better, makes breath cleaner, makes teeth brighter. Yes, with families who made comparison tests, Pepsodent won by 3-1.
Be sure to listen next Monday night to the Lux Radio Theater presentation of Nobody Lives Forever with Ronald Reagan and Jane Wyman. Stay tuned for My Friend Irma, which follows immediately over most of these stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.